This episode will be fire.
Here.
Are we on?
You hear the song, right?
Yeah. I don't see the live stream though.
It'll probably come on now. Yep, it's on.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 68 of Psychotic and Iconic. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in to our live stream tonight. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share the live stream feed. That way we can get more viewers in here. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms. Paul's here along with Nick Theories, Mikey P. Philly Phil is out tonight, so Mikey P will be running the show because he's the GOAT. Now, take us away.
All right, family. Another good one coming your way with some more NFL talk, all right? Stay tuned. We got a lot there tonight. We got an Aaron Rodgers narrative that I've been talking about for a week now. It's going to blow everybody's mind, okay? We got some Tom Brady Dolphins talk? Question mark? I know how Nick feels. All right. You got some Eagles talk, a little bit. And if we have time, we got Kyler Murray to the Panthers talk?
Who?
Kyler Murray.
Oh, it won't make a difference. The
All right.
On that shit.
I'd rather have Darnold.
Sometimes I just know that I don't got to take that seriously, you know, even though you're shot. Anyway, all right, but before we get to that, we're going to quickly talk about NCAA men's basketball. Just a little bit, all right? I'm going to do my shit first, all right, guys? Is that cool?
I'm on your watch.
Yeah, shit, I mean...
I'm on you. That's a title name.
Yeah, write that down because I can't do that right now, okay? So, everybody, as always, we encourage you to say your mind. Speak it, all right?
Say
Give
what
us
you need to
all
say.
the comments in the world. Yep, say what you need to say.
Yeah.
As always, we love that, okay? This episode 68 of P&I is brought to you by Prize Picks, your home for daily fantasy sports. New players who sign up for Prize Picks today using the promo code ICONIC will receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. That's Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Also, be sure to go right now where we're live at the Props Network at propshq.com. Be sure to subscribe there. You will not regret keeping up with these shout-out Jones over here.
Bro, ain't nothing shut out
like, you know
about
what?
me, bro. I just keep it real. That's it.
You keep it a foul.
That's all I know how to do.
Honestly, I didn't want to start out the show already like flying off the handle with the curse words. I did that for the kids, all right? That'll change in a minute. And I already told you what's coming. So, family, give me your thoughts about what happened in the Elite Eight before we advance to the NFL talk. We had UNC St. Peter's, first 15 seed ever to get to this point. Didn't work out. You got Duke, Arkansas, all right? You got Nova in Houston. You had Kansas, Miami. Just any thoughts?
For me, with the St. Peter's one, it was a great run. But, like, it sucks because when games like that are close, I almost want the better team to win because it would have been better. Like, that was a snooze fest with St. Peter's and
It wasn't even close.
UNC. Yeah, it wasn't. They just ran out of gas. And that's cool and all. Like I said, it was a great story. But like when they're in the close game with Purdue, I just would rather have seen Purdue because I think Purdue could have put up a better fight.
You think they were a mirage?
I mean, yeah, they just got hot and started playing good basketball. That stuff
They were
happens all the
good,
time.
but UNC is
they're a
actually
good team,
just
though.
underrated, I think.
And St. Peter's is a really good team, so I'm not taking anything away from them.
Yeah, so my question is, how are they ranked 15th in the tournament? And that's my thing. Remember, I said this a couple weeks ago. I said, you don't know, like, does everybody watch college basketball? How do you properly rank these teams? Based on their strength of schedule?
I was going to say, I think it's strength of schedule. Yeah.
That's cool, but, like, what if a team is really slept? I mean, like, they were, what, 29-5 or some shit? Like, or they had, like, a 29-8. That's a good-ass record. And I think they're not a scrub team if that's your record.
And Shaheen Holloway's he's a good coach. I mean, he played with Kobe.
Yeah.
So it's like, he knows basketball.
So, I mean, I don't know. I find that interesting. I feel like I feel like a lot like more like lower seeds could actually cause a lot of ruckus down the line too as well. So cool story. That's it.
Are you surprised that Duke made it this far? Because I'll say personally, I had them out like 2 rounds ago. I can't believe they made it this far.
It's funny because it's like
Why?
Like, my thing with Duke is it's just a perfect story for
Yeah.
Coach K's ending.
Of course.
And I was saying, I forget who, I don't know if it was, maybe I was texting Tom actually about this, because he was telling me that Arkansas was really good when we were just bullshitting about the brackets.
I had them get knocked out like first
And he
round.
was telling me that Arkansas was really good, and he actually knows what he's talking about with college basketball. He's pretty good at it. And but like we were laughing because I'm like, any late whistles, like Duke's probably going to get the edge just because of Coach K. Now I'm not saying that that's fair, but that's normally how I wouldn't be shocked by that. A 50-50 whistle that just goes in Duke's favor.
Is that true?
I think so, for sure.
What is it about that? Like, is it like consciously as
It's
a
like
ref?
conscience.
As a ref, because weirdly, don't be fooled. These refs are fucking fans of the NBA. They got favorites.
100%.
They're human.
Oh, yeah.
They're human.
They are
Yeah.
human, just like me
100%.
and you. So don't give me that shit.
Yeah, no.
You know
They're
what I mean?
humans.
Yeah, they're humans. So like that's my point. So like, I don't know, man. Shady business if that's true. I don't like that.
And Nova's really good too. Colin Gillespie, man, I think he's going to get drafted. I think he has a chance to get drafted in the second round. I really do. He could shoot. He could dribble.
Seasoned vet over there.
Yeah, I like Colin Gillespie.
I mean, nothing with Villanova surprising anymore. They're maybe you could argue they're the best program right now.
Jay Wright.
Period. Best program in college basketball.
And then just to go real fast on Kansas and Miami, Kansas is being slept on like heavily. They're not being mentioned at all, and Kansas is really good.
I mean, they were the 1 seed.
I know, but they're not getting any buzz. Not that they're being slept on. They're just not like nobody's really buzzing about Kansas.
Yeah.
And they're just quietly running through their bracket.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, they really haven't. No one said a word about
Nobody's
them.
mentioning Kansas. It's all been Kansas. It's all been about Duke. It's all been about UNC, and it's been about Nova.
So now, guys, we're going on to the Final Four.
and it's always about you.
This is the first time. Yeah, there you go.
You're so fucking funny.
There you go. So this is going to be the first time. You guys are crazy.
Psychotic and iconic.
Crazy. But this is going to be the first time now UNC and Duke face off in the tournament. Like, how's that possible?
It's the first time they'll ever face in the tournament.
That's what I saw. Yeah,
Wait, who?
Shit.
that don't even make sense. I guess because they're always the number ones, and
I
they're
would have
you know.
said that's Cat.
I don't know. Maybe I
Yeah,
misread
me
it.
too.
Maybe I misread it. But it's definitely the first time they're facing off in the Final Four. I can tell you that.
That's dope. Who you guys got?
That was my next question.
Duke.
Yeah, no
Hey,
doubt.
you think so? The Magic's not going to wear
Yeah.
out?
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
I don't
No
know,
way,
man.
bro.
UNC kind of bodied them
UNC's
a couple
playing
weeks
really
ago,
good.
you know?
Yeah, I know, but they remember.
Yeah, it's hard. It's true. It's hard to beat them twice.
They got size. Pause.
Pause.
I mean, seriously, though, they've been dominating. You guys both have Duke. Man, it's like,
Say what you feel.
I didn't think they'd make it this far. There's clearly something magical going on. Coach K's last season. But I guess I'll go Duke too.
Hey,
I
bro.
fucking hate them.
I gotta be honest.
I've always hated them, but I respect Coach
I gotta
K.
be honest, man. I could see him cutting. I could see Coach K cutting down the nets, man.
Wow.
I can. It's just one of those seasons. You just can't explain it. It's like a legend going out, like the right way. Dead ass.
Yep.
I mean, at this point, they made it this far, so, like, who am I to say they're not going to get there again? And they remember. I'm going with you there, honestly. So I got Duke. It'll be a nail-biter, though. It'll be a nail-biter.
Oh, they always
UNC,
are.
I mean, they really bodied them 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was, like, one of the actual few games I got to watch this year.
They're coming.
All right. So then on the other side, you got Nova versus Kansas. And they're both being slept on this year in the tournament, of course. So that's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Nova.
So am I.
I feel like I got to trust my gut here. And I'm a Temple. We're all Temple guys here. Mike's honorary Temple.
Thank
that
you.
like-
Appreciate it.
Phil's a
Is
Temple
that
guy.
Homer-ish?
No, because Nick, we're supposed to hate them as Temple guys, but you know what? And they're not even really a Philly school. That's another argument that's been occurring on Twitter. I'm just gonna say, yeah, I would like to see them win.
And I trust Jay Wright over.
Yeah, he's slept on. Yeah, Villanova as a program in college basketball.
They're the best.
Like,
They're the best right now.
They have
They're-
four Final
they're
Four
amazing.
appearances over the last 13 years or something.
Yeah,
like that.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's.
I
always in
see.
it.
I see Kansas is -4.5. What's your thoughts?
That seemed like a big line.
Yeah, I mean Duke's -4, So if you guys had to pick, like, who would you take?
I would say Duke.
Duke versus Nova, and then we'll save our championship picks.
I don't know, dude. That kind of that 4.5 is telling me to bet Kansas. To be honest, that's a big ass line because that feels like it's telling me it's like begging me to bet Villanova.
You think so?
I think that's a big ass line. I really do.
It's begging you to bet
Villanova. Yes, I would fade and go the opposite way. Check my resume.
I like that.
We should do some more basketball.
We'll revisit that though.
All right, guys. 1 second. Hold on. Damn, Phil's not kidding with this thing. This is...
Phil's got to be better with his work schedule.
We miss Phil.
I know, for real.
Here, I got you.
Philly Phil, man.
I got you guys.
He's got business to attend to.
You know that sound. It's NFL time, baby. Let's go.
To attend to.
Let's go. All right. And now we got to the juicy stuff. This is the Aaron Rodgers narrative that I received from someone who watches our show, who is a fan of the Packers. I never looked at any of this shit the way that this guy has. And it's going to literally floor you guys.
So the audience knows. Nick and I have no idea what he's talking about.
I never told them yet.
It's probably a lot of cat, but...
It could be, but...
Supreme Cat?
Listen.
Yeah, not yet. We have Supreme Cat one.
Oh, all right, cool.
Listen, when you hear some of this stuff, you're going to be like, holy shit, I never thought of it that way. You know me. Like, I got my opinion, I stick with my guns, and I heard this shit because I'm a research guy, right? I'm a stat guy, I'm a research guy. So when I make my opinions, you're going to have a hard time getting me off of my line in the sand. This got me thinking here. This got me thinking.
I didn't know that. I couldn't tell.
But I admit when I'm wrong, though. It's just, it might take me a little bit to get there.
Supreme Cat.
Supreme Cat.
I told you. All right, let's do it because I want to hear it.
The way we're gonna go with this is basically I'm gonna read you guys these thoughts. I'm gonna basically like top it off with a facts or cap question each time, like I go through a little prompt.
Major.
That's how it's gonna work. All right, and I'm gonna try to make sure that I don't read too much. There's a lot of stuff here. All right. So the first thing, all right. The first thing here is essentially the Packers are outsmarting Aaron Rodgers. Huh? They're outsmarting Aaron Rodgers, the smartest guy in the room, right? Why? They already have. He's an egotistical narcissist. He has to be validated by others and made to be felt important. He hates feeling rejected.
Ben scream.
Right? That makes sense. Okay? Now he needs to feel like he's in control in order to get back to success. So, the next part of this. Everyone sees now the narrative shifting again. Aaron Rodgers can't get it done in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers is only throwing to Davante Adams. He's not looking elsewhere. He's choking in big moments, right? That's where the narrative is. Okay? So who's to say that maybe the Packers went out and they got rid of Davante Adams as kind of a, hey, we want Aaron Rodgers to get back to the point where he's proving people wrong again, because that's when he's thrived in his NFL career. That's when he's been doubted, back against the wall, and this guy delivers in those moments. Okay? This new Aaron Rodgers has a major ego. Major. Right? He's outspoken now. He sees Tom Brady's talk a little bit more. He wants to be along that realm. So they're like, all right, we're going to make Aaron Rodgers feel important. All right? We're going to first make him feel like Davante Adams chose Derek Carr over him. What? Fuck you, Davante Adams. I'm going to stay with the Packers, okay? First part. Second part, I can win without you, Davante. All right? Now the Packers are like, I'm going to make you feel important. I'm going to give you $50 million. I'm going to make you feel like, you know, you're our guy. You're the god in the locker room. But I'm motivating you at the same time. So they're kind of like pushing him. They're pushing his buttons, but then like softening the blow, kind of. All right? So, and I'm really summarizing this. This is like paragraphs here. This is paragraphs. Are you guys following me so far?
I'm with you.
Okay. So now you expect what? They're going to go after, they'll probably get another veteran receiver. There's a lot of draft wide receivers this year looking pretty good. And And then at this point, now the young receivers are going to be in the room. They're not going to reject Rodgers. It's going to be more of a group effort. It's going to be a team effort. Okay? So anyway, what I'm getting at here is simply Aaron Rodgers is going to be out to get everybody. I can win with my teammates. I am that fucking dude. I don't need Devontae. The Packers front office is wrong. Okay? I don't need this shit. They're right for giving me this money, though, because I am the fucking best. I'm going to show you that I am the best. So my first question, and I hope I summarize this well. That was the first one, though, okay? My first question for you guys is plain and simple. The Packers front office is outsmarting Aaron Rodgers. Facts or cap?
Cap.
This is cap.
They are outsmarting themselves. Because if you need to motivate a 38-year-old, 4-time Super Bowl MVP who's already won a Super Bowl, albeit 12 years ago, then you probably don't have the right guy. And if he's not winning with the best wide receiver in football, arguably, top 2, if you want to say somebody else is there, I don't know how you have more confidence going with Allen Lazard. Now, from an emotional standpoint, I get what you're trying to say. Like in terms of, they're trying to...
Not me, by the way. It's a Packer fan.
They're trying to motivate him and get him going and things like that. I mean, that sounds cool and everything. It would be a great story if he could do it, but I don't see it. They don't have any elite playmakers. So... Yet. And I don't really know who they could really get that would be able to...
Draft is loaded, guys. Like rounds 1 through 3, you can get starters right now.
Not Devontae Adams yet.
No.
So...
Hell no.
Yeah, so my thing is just like, if you have to do that to a 38-year-old man, then I probably would have. I would have cut bait.
I don't like. Maybe I'm not understanding. You're telling me
I kind of went in circles here a little bit.
You're telling me that
this
is like a toxic marriage that they just can't pull away from each other, but somebody wants to get the edge over somebody else. What the fuck are you doing? If the Green Bay Packers, are you trying to win Super Bowls, or are you trying to actually have a toxic marriage over a quarterback? I don't understand this.
I know.
Am I following it? Is that correct?
Yalla.
Because I'm
okay.
lost.
So here, what I'm trying to say is the Packers front office feels they needed to knock him on his keister a little bit and motivate him, because motivated Aaron Rodgers is the best Aaron Rodgers, right?
But hold on, they lost MVS too.
He has, and I think that they planned for him coming back initially. It didn't work out.
Bro, they got nobody.
Let me ask you a question. If they wanted to drive him, though, what if, at my point, though, why wouldn't you say then, you know what? You haven't won for us in some time, and we could argue that the last 3 years have been because of you. We're only going to pay you $35 million a season.
You want to know why? Because they don't want to lose him, too. That's the thing. So, you give him his money and you say, hey, now you got to go out and prove that you're the best, because we're taking away Devontae Adams, and we have to rebuild a different way. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to be that dude that makes that money.
You can't replace that production, dog.
But at the same time, though, he's gonna have a say. He'll probably have a say in who's brought in next. So it's like you're giving him sort of like the feeling of being in control. Aaron Rodgers has to be that dude.
I mean, I just don't understand it. I mean, to me, the whole thing, it just sounds kind of bizarre, bizarrely stupid. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Are you running an NFL franchise, or are you a therapy center?
Yeah, I don't get it. If you guys have problems, just move on. You know what I mean? You had a good run. We had a good run. You know what I mean? It's all good. It's all good. I mean, look what Brady did. He left. Eventually, you just got to cut ties, bro. You know what I mean? That's just what you got to do. But if Rodgers wants to be happy and he took all this time off to clear his mind and be happy,
money's
then why the fuck are you in the same toxic situation? That's your fault. I don't feel bad for you.
No, I don't.
If you're going back to the same shit, that's your fault. So, to me, it's not even a question.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. He just, to me, I mean, I've always echoed the same things about Aaron Rodgers, for quite a few years, and it's just been that's just really always how I felt about him. I just feel like he's a diva, and it's always about Aaron.
Bro.
And if this fan, whatever he was saying is true, again though, it's all about Aaron Rodgers. That. I mean, that's
how
proof is right in the pudding.
You know how I'll frame it from my angle? I read this and I was like, interesting. I'm going to say Cap, but I think there's a little bit of truth to this. Like,
It is a good
Aaron
point.
Rodgers, to this point, the last few years is like ego really kicked in. 3 years ago, he actually was not very good. 3 years ago, he didn't have a good season. He had 2 straight MVP performances.
Bro,
The season before the MVP season, he wasn't that good.
He was not that
that was
good.
when they drafted Jordan Love,
regressed.
right?
Yeah, I think
Off
it
of
was.
that down
Yeah,
year,
yeah,
they drafted Jordan Love, and then he came back and won the MVP.
So here, this is the part 2 of this. So for now, I'm saying
years
Cap.
ago.
I'm saying Cap.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
This is part 2, though, guys. I'm happy you said Jordan Love. This is part 2 of this thing, and this kind of plays into part 1 as well. The Jordan Love pick wasn't stupid. Okay? This is the quote, remember? The Love pick wasn't stupid. It was brilliant. Why? It motivated Rodgers to play better. And what happened? 2 MVP seasons in a row, 13 win seasons, okay? First seed. They wouldn't be there if they hadn't selected Love and lit a fire under his ass, because he was not producing before that, which, again, we just said that, right? We just said that. So he had no motivation. He needs a good rejection every few years. That was funny, by the way, when I read that. He needs a good rejection every few years. It's a sports psychology gamble. Remember, this could have flopped, and Rodgers could have said, I'm getting the fuck out of here. It didn't flop, though. It didn't flop. It worked out. It did motivate him. He got back to the MVP level that we've seen his whole career, okay? But rejection, I'll show you, assholes. The Love pick was very smart. And so at worst, okay, let's say if it flopped, the Rodgers part of it, they have a quarterback that they're willing to build around. If it doesn't flop, you're getting MVP Rodgers, and the thought process is, hey, we're probably going to be able to get a 3rd-round pick for Jordan Love when we were ready to get rid of him. So it was worth it, essentially, to give up that 2-round jump in draft capital to motivate Rodgers and also have a backup plan, right? So that's the logic here. So now here's the facts of Cap. Ready? The Jordan Love pick was not stupid. Facts or Cap?
Cap.
That's Cap.
Because it was
You're
stupid.
also not buying it?
Yeah, no, I'm not, because if they drafted Justin Jefferson, or they traded up to get Justin Jefferson or something like that, my thing is he would have helped them more than Jordan Love. Now, the angle of it could have motivated him, I mean, I get it. I disagree with it. But again, if you have to motivate somebody that deep into their career, what are you doing?
Yeah, what's the point?
I mean, so you're going to blow a 1st-round draft pick because you want to motivate your quarterback. I mean, I just don't understand. Motivation, first of all, comes from within. You don't look at that and get it. You either have that in your stomach or you don't. Pause. But like, my thing is, why would you waste a 1st-round pick on that when you can go get a legitimate skill player to help your team win now?
Wow, we got 1 Cap in the audience from James. We got facts from Godfarv.
I mean, I don't.
Facts, he says.
And look,
It
here's the
wasn't
thing.
stupid.
if he was so motivated, he would have won a bowl.
Yeah, Jimmy, I was just about to
I
say
mean,
that.
like, straight up.
They were shoring up the backup.
You would have won a bowl if you're that motivated. If Jordan Love really
Agreed.
puts, okay, MVP is cool, but if that's your ultimate goal, then
And if you get,
I don't understand. Like, did the Packers think that like Rodgers wants to win a Super Bowl, or is if he's so about himself and all he wants to do is win MVPs, then what's the point?
you guys might know this. Can I answer?
I'm confused.
When Jordan Love was coming out of college, when they drafted him in the position they drafted him, wasn't that considered a reach too? Wasn't everybody saying like, oh, I can't believe they took him that early? Or like,
It
there
was
was
more
speculation
like
he may.
where he went, I think.
Correct.
But
That's what I'm saying.
yes, he was towards the back end of
back end.
of
So-
the 1st round.
So my thing is, again, is like,
He was a risky pick for whoever would have
so
taken
a reach.
Kind of a project.
So my thing is like, you reach, and I get it. You want him to learn behind Rodgers, similar to how Favre learned behind Rodgers. But now you just signed them to another 4 years. I mean, not for nothing, but that's unfair to Jordan Love at this point too. So Jordan Love was part of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That makes the franchise look bad.
So here's the thing.
Yeah,
I'm going to
he
say that
was.
the logic of this fan actually kind of makes sense. The logic makes sense.
Correct.
So I'll give him credit there. But remember, the question was, the pick wasn't stupid. And I'm saying that's fucking major Cap,
That's major
because
cap.
there's no way That is a defensible pick by any fucking standard.
Nah.
That's worse
Eddie.
than the Jalen Hurts pick for the Eagles.
Oh, it's 1,000
I
times
would
worse.
agree.
And
It's
you
1,000
know how
times
bad
worse.
I think that pick was.
Because you know what they did? Like, honestly, even though it worked out in their favor here, it could have flopped, and your franchise could be fucking ass backwards right now. So that wasn't worth the risk. But also, I think that simply Aaron Rodgers probably wouldn't have, let's say, get down, because he was very upset with the franchise going into that draft. And then after the draft, he's fucking furious at that point. Here's what you could have done instead of doing that. Draft a fucking receiver or an offensive piece just once in 15 years.
You know who the team...
Just once.
So you're telling me.
And then this quarterback won't be disgruntled. So really, what I'm trying to say is the pick was... Obviously, the pick was awful because you mismanaged a first-round draft pick. If you brought in a guy second, third round, then it's a little bit more like, okay, like it's kind of almost like the Eagles there. If you get a third round QB or something, okay, then you can tell me that it's okay sacrificing that in order to, you know what I mean?
Like, I just want to check out real quick.
ahead.
It's just like the pick was awful no matter how you put it.
Facts.
And if that is their logic, which actually kind of makes sense, if that was the Packers' logic behind all of this, it's
makes
ridiculous.
sense, but it's horrible.
It makes sense, but it's horrible. That's what I'm getting at. I think the fan is actually thinking outside the box, kind of smart.
T. Higgins,
I
Michael
just
Pittman
disagree
Jr.,
with that.
and Laviska Shenault were the 3 wide receivers taken after that Jordan Love pick. Put T. Higgins, Michael Pittman opposite of Devontae Adams with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon in your backfield. There you go.
That's
Good
what
luck
I'm saying.
stopping
So
that.
you're telling me. So I feel like I'm going fucking crazy. Like if what I am actually hearing, because I just don't believe a goddamn word of it. Like, because like, here's my thing. Here's my thing. You have Rodgers long term, right? And you want him to be in Green Bay forever. So you love him. Like you trust him, right? If you trust him so much, your goal is to always win a Super Bowl. So you're telling me the Green Bay Packers selected Jordan Love just to motivate their quarterback, one, and then they did it, and then they're motivating him again by getting rid of Adams and MVS? Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct. Well, this was said
I don't
before
know what else to
MVS.
say,
This
bro,
was said
'cause
before
I
MVS.
actually think that's actually crazy.
Because I mean,
I'm
these
not
guys,
crazy.
look, you know how we sit here and dissect the Eagles because we have a firsthand knowledge of what goes on with this team more than a national audience would. This Packers fan has some points that are pretty strong, I think. Doesn't mean that all of them are correct, but like
I don't know.
you know, the point of the matter is, if you sacrifice the first round pick in the NFL, that's what makes you fail in this league. You need to hit on first round picks. So. I can't defend that pick by any means. I do think the logic is interesting, though. Got me thinking.
It is. It makes you think. But I just like if that actually came out that was true, they're the joke of the NFL.
And it never will come out that way unless I really don't think it will. You got too many.
I mean, bro, like you're sabotaging a young kid's career. Like
That's not right.
you shouldn't do that.
If I'm a young player and I get drafted by the Packers, I'm not going to.
But also, in some sense, for him, Jordan Love, he wasn't ready to start anyway. It can't be a bad thing to learn behind Aaron Rodgers. Look how long it took for Aaron Rodgers to get his chance. So, I mean, developmental-wise, it might have worked out for him. But it's not a sure thing they're going to get a third-round pick for this kid
not in that
when
context.
they do move on from him.
And not in that
I
context.
think that it sounds pretty possible at this point. A third-rounder is not much for a guy that teams
They're not
obviously liked.
What's up?
They're not getting a third.
No, he has no value. There's nothing to do.
Fifth. I told you this. Fifth or sixth.
It would be conditional, I think. It would be like a couple conditional fours or something, and it could go as high as a 2 or as low as a 4.
Seattle. Perfect fit.
But I don't think it's going to be this year.
No.
That's a shame. That's a shame. I don't
There's
like
too
that.
many guys out there right now.
my thing
It's
is
like you see how the quarterback market's settling right now. Baker might not start.
Jimmy
G. Oh my God. John Lynch revealed today
Yep.
that the 49ers didn't receive one call for Jimmy G this offseason. Not one call.
Him and Baker
Not
might
even
get
a
cut.
call.
They might get cut.
Not even a call, like gauging interest. He didn't receive one phone call for
think
Jimmy
that's cap.
G.
I think
That's
that's cap.
crazy.
I
think
know.
that's cap.
I just don't.
Yeah, but why Why would he go out there and say that publicly, Nick? He just actually shattered his value.
You want to know why? Because they want to keep him.
Well, I've said that before. I
don't think
thought he
so.
was going back.
Look at the draft capital they gave up to get Trey Lance.
they want to keep
Here's
him,
the thing:
bro.
if you're John Lynch, would you cut him, or would you let him stay on the roster and go with Trey Lance?
You can't keep him. $25 million against the cap. You got to either get rid of him in a trade or cut him, because you're not going to be able to restructure him. What's the point of him restructuring? He's not going to restructure.
Imagine cutting.
Why would he restructure? He's not going to start. Why is he going to make you a favor?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. That's a crazy. That's just as crazy, if not crazier, than the Cleveland situation.
Because they can do so much more with that money. This is a team that already has a Super Bowl roster.
I think
They're fucking loaded.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point is like, all right, Jordan Love, if these two guys aren't getting an opportunity, then it looks kind of shot right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
So there's that. And then there's one more part to this, okay? One more part and two more facts or cap questions, okay? So now the Packers, I mean, the expectation is this. They re-signed Russell Douglas with some of that leftover money. He actually turned out to be pretty good.
He's good.
I mean,
I know.
It was always,
He is good. I liked him in
us
Philly.
Eagles fans here, the real ones understand that they didn't play him in the right scheme.
Nope.
So this is what we get. He's awesome there. He's a great number 2 corner.
He's really good.
Great.
Now you're going to be able to extend Jair Alexander. You're going to grab probably 2 receivers, maybe even a tight end, in the first 2 rounds. All right? And you have trade capital. So they're far from done is basically what I'm getting at here. They're far from done. And they're pretty solid everywhere else. Honestly, like I remember I discussed this with you guys. We were talking about the defense to an extent a couple weeks ago. And I told you guys, this defense was a strength last year. And they were playing hurt. They have some top-level guys that just don't get talked about in the public. But in the NFL circle, they'll tell you these guys are elite. The Kenny Clarks, the Jair Alexanders, the Devondre Campbells, Adrian Amos. These guys don't get talked about. So they already have pieces there. The offense, obviously void of playmakers at receiver and tight end, but they're going to do something there. Pretty obvious. They have an elite running back room, elite quarterback, and the offensive line is going to get David Bakhtiari back, which, I mean, can't be said enough. Elton Jenkins was phenomenal left tackle in his place. So they're loaded. They just need to get some receivers and tight ends. So anyway, there is one last part of this, and it's the Packers will be more competitive this year than last because of the solid D, Pause. Great running backs, good coaching except for in the playoffs, and they're getting healthy. So they'll be more competitive, and the division is still Green Bay's. No one else is remotely close. Okay? Here comes the facts of cap. The Packers will be more competitive this year than last. Facts or cap?
That's cap. Because you can't predict injuries. I mean, if you're going to go based on them getting healthy, of them being more competitive, then to me, like, that's just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. So for me, it's just like I don't know how you can even say that. Like, what makes them more competitive? Are like competitive in terms of like passion or better team? Like, what are we talking about?
I mean, I don't care either way. I think it's supreme, Cat. To be honest, I mean, here's the thing: the defense did play well last year. I mean, they held the Niners to 13 points. If you
They were
have
good
a defense,
all year long.
If you have a defense that holds a team to 13 points, and you have Aaron Rodgers, who's supposed to be that dude, you need to score more than 10 points. Their issue wasn't the defense when they exited the playoffs last year; it was the offense. And you lost Nathaniel Hackett, who Aaron Rodgers praises. Who Aaron Rodgers praises as an offensive guru. So I don't understand how you could look at their roster now and say that they're more talented. You lost your 2 best receivers.
Well, that's not even what's being said. What's being said is, will they be more competitive this year?
Hell no.
No,
not even close.
No, I don't see it.
Because honestly, I'm gonna say facts, and here's why. Okay, and it's not even like the talent drop off. You lost Devontae Adams essentially. You lost Darius Smith, and these are 2 very good players.
MVS.
I forgot about him.
MVS, all right. I mean, he missed so much time.
I get it, but when we talk about MVS on Kansas City, it's a big upgrade. It helps the Tyreek Hill situation.
Not to me. I said that he can literally, you have to respect him going over the top.
Speed. Yeah, exactly.
And look, like, if the Packers kept him, I would have said the same thing.
That would help Rodgers. If Rodgers had that guy and he had Devontae Adams, where you got to respect the speed on either side, you should be lighting shit up. Like, you should be winning Super Bowls. There ain't no way in hell that you can't do it without that.
I would have been fine.
If you're that good, if you're that guy for 4 years, $200 million, fucking Brinks truck Rodgers, then yeah, hell yeah, you should be winning Super Bowls.
No, I'm the same. I'm with you.
I don't understand. And like you said last year, he flopped in the playoffs again, and he lost at home. Remember, he always won in a NFC Championship game in Lambeau, and he got waxed by who? The GOAT. Sit the fuck down, player. You know what I mean? Like, yo, my thing is this. If Green Bay is going to keep them, Green Bay's at fault too, just as much as he is. They're both dumb as shit. They're both never going to win.
I can give you the simple answer whenever you're ready.
He's not winning without Devontae Adams. There's no way.
Oh, he did it every year up to the point of Devontae becoming elite.
What does that mean? What did he win?
I mean, they've always been competitive.
Yeah, but what did he win?
I guess that's fair.
I'm saying he's not winning without Devontae Adams.
I mean, he hasn't won a bowl with him, so who's to say you can't win it without him?
All right,
but I'm saying though, the facts though,
we're gonna see.
The answer to the question why I say facts as to why they'd be more competitive is because do I see them making it past the fucking divisional round? In all honesty, yeah, I do.
Oh no,
they're not going to get bounced in the divisional round this year. They're not.
You think they're a shoo-in for the playoffs?
Oh my God, yeah.
They're not even going to win the division.
Good, save that for a sec. Okay, you're fucking crazy.
All right.
That's
crazy, but I'll be right in about a year.
You will not. You will not.
Major bets and resumes.
I already told you last show I'd shake hands on that.
All right.
We'll do it here if you want. It's a little early.
We will.
You sure?
Whenever you
want. All right, hold that thought. But it's simple. It's as simple as that. It's like they are actually gaining a number of stars back. Losing Devontae Adams, that's an irreplaceable guy. It's the same thing as Tyreek Hill, but they're going to get other pieces there. They actually might have a more balanced room because they're actually going to go out and add more than one fucking piece. They have to go out and get 2 pieces at least. Minimum. They have to get 2 pieces. They might not even gotten any if Devontae came back. And in this case, all right, we are back to the same argument that he's going to pigeonhole it to Devontae Adams all year long, and that's that, right? So I think the room's going to be more balanced. Most likely. And look, they haven't shown me to this point that they're going to go draft a quality receiver in the first round.
Facts.
So I'm going off of a hunch here. I really do think they're going to go out and get some pieces. And the rest of the team is getting better. That's the crazy part. So it's like, why shouldn't they be as good this year? The NFC sucks. Why shouldn't they be a top 2 seed? Why shouldn't they advance past the divisional round? It's as simple as that. I can hate on Aaron Rodgers.
Because here's the bottom line.
I can hate on him all I want with you guys. Yeah, he's been a playoff choker.
Here's the bottom line.
But he's getting past the divisional round this year.
You guys are also missing another key component, too. When you get new receivers, they got to learn your language. They got to learn your chemistry. That's major.
Oh, it's true, Nick. And guess what? Rookies don't have a lot of success in this league.
But you got to be a top-notch leader. If from the sounds of this report of this, it sounds like he's not a leader. So my thing is this: when you lose Devontae Adams, how are you going to replace that production? Don't give me these 2 pieces, 2 other wide receivers. You lost MVS.
Well, I already told you not to replace it.
You don't have chemistry and you don't have weapons. So what do you got?
Well, Aaron Rodgers is good enough to overcome that.
You're going to go in the draft and get a wide receiver? That's cool, but he's not Devontae Adams.
I'm totally with you on that.
So I don't know what we're talking about.
Dave, it is too early to say, but yes, I already said Devontae's irreplaceable, but the attack has to become more balanced as a result, which could be a good thing because
I felt like they were balanced last year.
Over-targeting. Yeah, but he over-targeted it to Devontae Adams. And I was less critical of that than you guys. Even I'm saying that right here.
I mean, guys were legitimately wide open.
Yeah, they were. I mean, that is true.
They showed the one play.
I don't want to say they're legitimately wide
open.
Lazard they're rarely open. But there were times where they were, and he just overlooked it.
But you also got to think, too, a lot of the attention went to Devontae Adams.
I'm with you. I knew what you meant.
They had a lot of the attention went to Devontae Adams.
Correct.
So, now it's going to be somebody. they're gonna have trouble, bro. They better figure it out, because how are you going to negate that attention away? Like that's attention more. You could put somebody else in the box now.
Yeah, but look at all the teams that win the
good-
Super Bowl. How many of them have had elite receivers anyway? I'm just saying. I mean, yes, he commands attention, but
I mean,
Is Matt Flynn?
what do you mean?
Is Matt?
how many teams recently have had elite receivers winning the Super Bowl besides the Chiefs?
The Bucks,
I guess you could say the Bucks.
the Rams,
What else though?
the Rams.
So this is recency. Okay, makes sense. I guess what I'm trying to say is, in the past, because these guys were on their first contracts for the most part. I'm trying to say
you're saying
on
this.
a second contract. So let me rephrase that. Elite receivers on their second deal, I can't remember a time where they've won a Super Bowl. Can you? Any recently?
Who won a Super Bowl? What do you mean?
A team with an elite receiver on a second deal. Like the one that Tyreek Hill's getting, like the one that Devontae Adams is getting now.
Stephon Diggs, like that.
Stephon Diggs.
I'm saying he got his contract.
I'm just saying, look at the teams that win the Super Bowl and how much money they're allocating to the position. They're mostly younger guys. They are. The Bengals got there with a rookie receiver and a second-year receiver who's largely unproven.
It's a great point.
They didn't have to allocate the money, though, is what I'm trying to say. So I should have rephrased that. I should have phrased that better the first time around.
Gotcha.
Is Matt?
Because obviously, yes, there was elite receiver play in the last few, but how many of them were committing the dollars? You can maybe argue the Bucks, but Mike Evans has a very team-friendly deal. Chris Godwin wasn't up for a contract yet.
Is Matt Flynn calling plays for the Packers this year?
Matt Flynn. You mean
Matt Flynn. Jesus Christ.
LaFleur?
Yeah. Oh my God, Matt Flynn is crazy.
Matt
He was the
Flynn.
old backup quarterback.
I don't know.
Because they didn't hire an offensive coordinator. Right?
I don't think so.
Either did the Patriots.
No.
Bill said he's not in the titles.
Is that right? Is
job
that real? You
titles.
fuck, I didn't,
Yeah, I
dead
actually
ass.
saw something the same. I saw something the same. Bill might actually be calling the plays.
Oh my God.
He's fucking
That's
crazy.
worse than me calling Matt LaFleur Matt Flynn.
You never know.
But anyway, last time Matt LaFleur was an offensive coordinator, I think he was like the 28th ranked offense for the Jaguars or something. Just a funny little thing to keep in mind. So let's see what you got, Matty.
We'll see. But look what he's done so far. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to give something.
No.
know?
I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just saying that the last time
He got that job because of his capabilities there.
Yeah.
So
now it's gonna be an interesting season with them.
the last part, and I hate to carry on, we actually went on a long time about this, but the last part is the Packers will win the NFC North again this upcoming season. Facts or cap? And are you really going to sit here and say cap?
It's Cap. The Vikings are winning that division.
Now,
And
what makes you feel so good about that other than the head coach hiring?
So I think Kevin O'Connell's a good coach.
Right?
The Rams were the 9th ranked offense last year. I think if Kirk Cousins has any more juice to be squeezed out of him, it would come from him. You have
There's Philly Phil.
Justin Jefferson. You have Dalvin Cook. You have playmakers on there. And now you have an offensive-minded coach in an offensive-minded league, and you don't have I don't want to say out of touch, but like Mike Zimmer's he's old school mentality. He's not focused on the offense. So he's not the type that's going to bring the most out of Kirk Cousins. Now, I don't know what the most is because Kirk Cousins is your regular
He could be
average
top half.
500 quarterback, of course. But I think
the numbers say he's more.
correct. If you get Kirk Cousins, if Kevin O'Connell has Kirk Cousins playing at the 10 to 12 spot, they're going to be something to fuck with.
Because honestly, Mike, like here's the thing. Nick, you
And their defense
could
isn't
probably
bad.
back me on this, Nick. What else have they done besides hire a head coach? I mean,
Their
it's
team
the
is
same.
good, though.
Like, listen, I actually do think shifting to more of an offensive-minded team makes sense. Obviously, they had a defensive-minded head coach who was butting heads with the quarterback,
yeah.
and they have all this talent though, and they haven't really done anything. So the offense kind of stays the same. I expect that'll be a top 5 offense. It should be. It really should be. But the defense still leaves a lot to be desired, and they couldn't get anything out of this defense with all the big names, with a defensive head coach.
But they should be able to score more now.
I think so. I mean, they already were scoring, though, so it's just like... what else is going to change?
they were in the
Maybe a
playoff,
little
but-
bit more consistency?
Yes, but they were also...
That's all that I can see changing on the offensive side of the ball is consistency, because they were already good.
And their offense, though, they were in the playoff race. And then didn't Kirk Cousins miss a game with COVID?
Yeah.
That was part of it, but they kind of fell out. They fell out before that. They choked away some games.
Okay, I didn't know when it was, but they were...
Green Bay fucking flattened them.
So the question is, do you think Green Bay is going to win the NFC?
NFC North. And I say fucking major facts.
Supreme Cat.
Because at this point, am I going to really hinge the Packers' success on the loss of Davante Adams, which is major? But it's the same thing with the Chiefs. It's just some. It's just some of the parts, guys. It's a team fucking game, and they're still a very good team, just like the Chiefs, and in a weaker division, mind you. I actually do think the Vikings could be a playoff team. I just can't see them dethroning the Packers yet, because they haven't done anything besides hire a coach. They haven't done anything to move the needle for me. The Packers lost Davante Adams, but they didn't lose anything else.
Yeah, but the continuity matters, too. Another year in the offense with Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. You got Dalvin Cook again.
Yeah, but you just said continuity, but it's a new head coach. You're restarting.
Here, Mike.
It's a new offense.
I'm letting you check my resume.
Do you want me to read that?
Yeah.
It says, resume, I'm the best.
Thank you.
That's just shot out, though.
That's Supreme Cat?
I mean, I love you and all, but... To say the Vikings right now are the division champs is shot, and I would shake on it right now easily. Are you sure?
I'm a pop.
Like,
it's a guarantee.
Sure?
It's a guarantee.
Damn.
That's I'm. If
I'm not gonna
right
say.
Now,
I'm not.
I
Gonna
guarantee
say
it.
I can give you a. You know, I'll let you rain check it past the draft if you want. I have no lack of confidence over this.
Neither do
I think no matter what the Vikings do, the Packers are going to win this division.
Oh no, hell no.
That's where I'm at with this.
And I'm the exact way on the Vikings.
It's their division still.
Really? Why?
Because I just think that they're better.
It's just a hunch, is what he's saying.
Just a hunch that I think that the Vikings, and it's not for me. If I'm lining it up, I'm taking Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, and Justin Jefferson over Aaron Rodgers, Alan Lazard, and Aaron Jones.
But it's just some of the parts, Mike. It's just some of the parts. So
I'm with you.
We know
And
the Packers.
Adam Thielen.
The Packers are not going into this season with their current receiving core. So of course you're going to take them right now. But the sum of the parts: Green Bay's offensive line, Green Bay's quarterback, Green Bay's running backs, Green Bay's defense. You're talking about one position group, and it's gonna. You know that it's a position group that's going to change. You know this.
We don't know. We don't.
No, we know this.
No, they might have to prove something else to Aaron Rodgers.
And start Alan Lazard
Yeah.
and Equanimous St. Brown.
Yeah.
If he's actually, I don't even know if he's there anymore.
doubt.
I'm sorry, Randall Cobb.
Do they still have him?
Yeah, I think so.
Randall
Come on.
Cobb, Alan Lazard.
We know that
It's the Vikings. It's the Vikings.
You're shot.
gonna
Anytime in this show, are you sure?
Yes.
I mean,
Oh my God.
I actually think Green Bay's got a pretty decently
Don't say fucking schedule right now. This is silly.
tough schedule.
We don't even know when they're playing who you know.
They might get swept by the Vikings. That was Cap.
They fucking
I know, I'm
mobbed the
just saying,
floors
just as
with
a
the
glance.
Vikings this year.
I mean, they got to play the Bucks in Tampa. They gonna get whacked.
They got to play the Commanders.
Yeah, they got the Commanders. Yeah, they do.
Like, yeah.
Man, you guys. Are
And
crazy.
Washington too.
All right, we're
gonna be loud there, bro.
We're getting off of this subject, but I just want to ask you though: did this narrative give you like a little bit of thinking to do here? Like, I think you guys really at least you were like, wow.
It made me think, but it to me it told me everything I already felt
So you
and
kind
knew
of
about
feel
Aaron
like
Rodgers.
Yeah.
Like it didn't
It validated it for me.
it didn't move the needle in terms of like my thoughts.
No.
But like it did get me thinking, and some of it I do actually believe to be true. That's all it is. Right? Is that a fair assessment?
No,
it didn't change
get it.
us, but there might be some truth to it.
That's an NFL franchise playing games
That's why I don't believe
with your
it.
quarterback.
it's-
It doesn't make any
just-
sense. Come on, let's be real. You think people are that evil? If
Yes.
you do, then you don't trust humanity.
I do think people are that evil.
All right. Well, follow your heart. They will never lie to you.
You hear
I know.
that sound, fellas? That is me moving on because, wow, I actually, like, honest to God, I wasn't sure how long that segment would take. And it took a lot longer.
It's all good.
than I
It's a good
thought.
conversation.
It is. It's thought-provoking. And here we are, we're already making bets on the fucking Packers versus the Vikings.
Vikings are
and,
the goats.
and we had Phil mark this down on last show. So in case you forget that, Phil wrote it down in the notes. It's in the, yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
All right.
I'm going with the,
He's got the
They're on Hard Knocks.
Wait, so,
Motor City.
you said
The boys
Cap,
in the
but you
Motor
were
City.
saying with sarcasm. You said Cap. Come on, the Packers are winning that division. Just say facts. I believe in you.
Undecided.
Say it, because I want two people. I want to look at you both and start off with a bang of check.
Here we
my
go
fucking
again.
Resume.
I'm visor.
Here we go again, just fucking taking a dump on
half
quarterbacks
Cap.
we don't like.
Half Cap.
All right, you guys are shot.
Visor.
Tom Brady,
Stupid.
the goat, guys.
Fucking right.
Okay, the fucking GOAT. There's reports out there, and we have to talk about it because we haven't yet, and we love talking about Tom Brady. All right, there is a report from a verified source, a credible one, mind you, one that was the first to report Tom Brady to Tampa Bay being a done deal back in the day. All right, so this is no slouch. The guy's name is Dale Arnold. He was the first to report that. So this is the guy reporting that not only did this Tom Brady Dolphins thing, was it true, but they're actively working on it. The Dolphins are actively working on trying to get Tom Brady to be the quarterback of their franchise. The original report was a long time ago now. This is January, that Brady was being offered an ownership stake with the Dolphins for, post-career, etc. And Sean Payton will be the head coach. We did maybe mention that in a show, and we were like, well, it don't matter now, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, Sean Payton's not coming back. But, here they are. So they're still saying this. And here's the other parts to it. There was another report saying that there's nothing going on there. Brady recruited free agents to Tampa, returning Bucs players. You got Fournette, etc. Okay, those guys. But then there's the other side of it again. Gronk hasn't signed yet. Interesting. Why?
He's chilling, bro.
He's fucking with it.
Probably. But it still hasn't been done yet.
It's always jokes.
Okay?
He'll be back.
But then on the flip side again, where's the Dolphins draft capital to make this happen? They just gave it away, right? Mm-hmm. So, and then I guess, in this scenario, there was a mention that Jimmy G could be a pivot as the Bucs QB if something like this happened. Now, that part I fucking major cap. All right? But what I'm trying to get at here is, do you believe that first report where the Dolphins are actively trying to get Tom Brady?
No. I don't think any of that stuff is happening. I think that stuff was happening when he was a free agent back in 2020 before he signed the Bucs. Because remember that report came out where the owner was meeting with Sean Payton and some other star quarterback or something on a yacht or whatever. I think that's when they talked about it. But then, I guess he just chose Tampa. But then we remember that report came out. We were talking off air about it, and we were saying, you chose that mother effer over me. Like,
Whoa. Not mother effer. Say it. Let him know who you are. Motherfucker. Fuck.
Yeah, we were kind of
Whatever.
PG with
Yeah.
I
PG.
I like kind of
I want to be real.
stifled
I got
myself
you.
in the
My bad,
beginning.
my bad.
I'm rated R for real.
I was just reading like a headline in my head.
Well,
You
here,
know what I mean?
while you're paused,
So-
I just want to make sure that the audience remembers that this right here is the biggest Tom Brady fan of all time.
No cap.
Like, he loves him.
Yeah,
Just
that's my guy.
straight
man.
love.
I don't like. I believe that
Go ahead.
I believe that it was in the works probably at some point and during his free agency. But then I think that the Dolphins maybe shifted a little bit, and that's when he said, "You chose that mother effer over me." That's what I think what happened.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yes, they stuck with They did.
That really does. That report
actually makes
adds
sense.
up.
Yeah.
some of
makes
it,
sense.
some of it resonates.
So
right?
I think now it's just all smoke and mirrors. It's quiet as hell in the offseason, like usually typically. The Dolphins, they're rocking with Tua, bro. Like they just got rid of 5 draft picks. They don't have all these picks to get Brady.
2 parts here. One, do I believe that they're going after him now? No. I think maybe a couple months ago in January, yeah, I can see that. They might have been trying to convince the Bucs or Tom Brady to do something, but that's January.
Yeah, but
So,
he's
okay.
already signed. He was already signed with the Bucs. The
I
Bucs
know.
they weren't gonna get rid of him.
I-
Crazy.
Hell no.
Well,
And-
you never know. But
and
I'm just
also-
saying though, Do I believe that the Dolphins were trying to go after him? Yeah, I do believe that.
Yeah, but
I don't believe it right now, though. I think that this
Yeah.
is shut down now.
Yeah.
If the Dolphins were willing to pay that for Tyreek Hill, I can't even imagine what they would have paid for Tom Brady.
Well, here's
Bruce
the
Arians said five number ones.
Bruce said 5 ones,
Fork
and
it up.
that's not even realistic anyway.
Fork it
But
up.
I mean,
You want the GOAT? Fork it up, bro.
they still don't have the capital to
Coming
do
off
it.
a
Even
choke
if
job.
we offset that comment, they still don't have the capital to do it unless they start dipping into the future. And at that point, it's like, okay. I mean, I'll leave it to you guys when we talk about it in a second. But like, is it worth it to go out and try to win the bowl? Probably. It's Tom Brady we're talking about.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But what I'm saying is, like, I just don't see.
I don't think it's happening either. Just for
Even
the record.
even if that happened, even if the Dolphins were trying, I just don't see Brady just saying, okay, yeah, I'll accept the trade to the Dolphins, because he literally texted Chris Godwin and Mike Evans like 20 minutes before he announced that he was actually coming back on social media.
that might have been
coming back.
That might have
So,
been
like,
after
he's
the
an
fact.
honorable
Though.
guy. But
That could have been after the fact. It's possible, at least.
What do you mean?
The Dolphins thing happened before anywhere near the time where he decided to come back. I'm saying
no,
that the Bucs
I
might have
don't-
shut it. The
I don't
Bucs
think
might
he
have
was
shut it
thinking about
down that he wasn't allowed to move if he came back.
Oh, I don't.
I'm just saying, going back to January.
I don't think there was any trade talks, because I felt like when he was retired, people really thought he was retired. Some people did. You know what I mean? So like, my thing is this: like, okay, like if he's retired, then you have a young quarterback. Why would you? It doesn't make any sense. My attention would be on the young quarterback and getting him some help, which they did with Tyreek Hill. So I don't know. I just
They
don't
were
believe it.
probably just throwing out some feelers to see if they could wiggle him loose, I guess.
You ain't getting Brady.
No, and they made that clear.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I don't
So-
think so. At this point, I guess the follow up here would be this: do you think it's possible that Brady goes there next year as a free agent?
that's a possibility. And I was, you know,
And
like,
then they get to see what happens with
yeah.
Tua this year.
Right.
And
could.
Brady can go out and make a run with Tampa.
Sure,
again. One more
absolutely.
time.
Mike theories. They could hope that Tua plays well, gets them to the playoffs, then they could flip them and get one of their first round picks back.
And still get
And then-
Tom Brady.
and
in
get
free
Tom Brady in
agency.
free agency.
Or
That's
send,
also
or swap Tua and send him to Tampa. If you think if Tua gets to the Dolphins to the playoffs and they make a run, and then they were like, shit, we need Brady's to
Well-
take us over the top. Fuck it, we'll swap you and we'll give you like fucking three number ones on
Well,
top of that.
he would be an unrestricted free agent, so like Brady would go there, but they could still give Tua to Tampa on the
46.
side. It just wouldn't be
46.
it wouldn't be a trade though, per se.
46 years old, we go trade you a fucking young quarterback and 3 number ones for Brady.
He
That
can't
would-
even
that
beat
would-
Matt
I
Stafford.
You want to win a Lombardi, bro?
I mean, that's some crazy ass shit. But it's not even possible because he'd be unrestricted. So, but I mean, they could still give Tua there if Brady left. It'd be like, oh shit, it's essentially like, you guys need a quarterback now because we stole him from you.
That's wild.
I actually do think he could go there next year. Because
He
the
could.
ownership, the ownership thing makes sense. Miami is a destination.
Tom Brady-
And look at this. Actually, I'll give you this, and then I'm gonna follow up with the next part. I mean, can it wait or no?
Oh yeah. No. It's actually it was about the next part.
Good. Because what I'm going to get at here is this Dolphins team now kind of reminds me of the Bucs before Brady joined. Very similar. The way that they're trying to build this team. Defense, a lot of young pieces, ascending, one of the better units and doesn't get talked about.
Young wide
right?
receivers.
Burners.
A veteran.
They
and a
got
young
they got
guy.
legit wide receivers. They got a legit 2 of them right there. 3 really, maybe. Cedric. I mean, I'm counting Devontae Parker.
Cedric Wilson would thrive with
So they
Tom
really
Brady.
have like 3.5, 4.
I'll get to that.
And a tight
Pause.
end. And they just went out and upgraded the offensive line. And they tried to upgrade the running back room. If Mostert can stay healthy, that's a great move.
Yeah.
Chase Edmonds
Chase
slept
Edmonds is also a good player,
He's a
but he's
pass
not
catching back.
meant to be a full timer. That's
Gotcha.
all. But still, the point is like there's a lot of similarities. The running back room in Tampa wasn't a complete thing by any means. So the point is, there's So I set the scene for you, okay? So for this year, if God forbid, and this is just a total crazy hypothetical here, if Tom Brady was the Dolphins QB this year, this would be fucking like earth-shattering news, okay? We say it won't happen, but if it happened, purely hypothetical, where would the Dolphins rank in the NFL? And would they be better or worse than the Bucs with Brady? So Dolphins Brady, Bucs Brady.
If he was to
Two
join
parts.
the Dolphins, I mean, I can't think of two better receivers for him than Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Mike Gesicki.
It would be insane.
I mean,
It
I
opens up
don't.
everything because now you can throw downfield.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I'm dead serious. Like, I'm actually trying to really picture how dominant that would be, and I'm trying to compare it to something because it would just be otherworldly. I mean, he would break. I mean, he's broken every record. He holds every record. But I'm just saying, like, they would score probably 35 or 40 points.
Easy. That speed alone would crush.
And his arm is still there to hit Tariq over the top.
Yeah.
So, like, that's not even a question. Like, you could have the questions with Tua on that, and you're saying that Tyreek's going to have to learn to be more underneath. But, I mean, Tom Brady's arm didn't go anywhere.
Nah.
And, like he says, his mind didn't slow down. If anything, it sped up. So, like, to me, they would be right at the top. Like, they would be giving the Bills a run for their money. Like, if he was to go to the Dolphins right now, he would put fear in the AFC.
No doubt. I think they win the division too. I don't give a shit if the Bills.
Oh
are
yeah.
there.
I mean, I would probably.
They would give the Bills a run for their money. Absolutely,
They would beat the Bills. He's 35-3 against them.
My only question.
My thought would be that I think
Mike
the Dolphins.
McDaniel. That's my
I
only
like that,
question.
though.
I like him though because he's from
Bro.
Kyle Shanahan's tree.
Those wide receivers are gonna be running wild.
It would be unbelievable.
I would
You think
kind of.
Deebo Samuel and Ayuk were doing their thing, bro? You got Waddle, who's proving like legit
Nah, bro.
number one.
Tyreek Hill.
I
dude.
would like in this case. I would say
Hill?
like, I think the Dolphins would maybe just edge out the Bills for the division, just simply because of Tom Brady.
No
Even
doubt.
though the Bills' roster's better, but Tom Brady makes them a division winner. They'd have 2 Super Bowl contenders in the division. That's what I would say. They'd be a Super Bowl contender.
100%.
They would smoke
But
the Patriots.
The
They're too
AFC
slow.
is loaded. So as far as
Facts.
where they rank in the AFC, I mean, let's talk about it.
All right. So who's
like-
definitively better than them?
Definitively, really, like
Who?
I would still say like the Bills are better, but that doesn't mean that I think that they're going to win a division.
Correct.
Like, you know what I mean? The Bills are a better team than them.
Do you think the Bengals are a better team right now?
Than they would be with Brady in
If
Miami.
Brady was on the Dolphins, yeah, I'm saying that.
Miami would be better. Miami's a more complete team. They are. That's not even really disputable, honestly.
See, I think the Bengals are being slept on a little bit too.
They are, but they're not a more complete roster. The only difference is quarterback.
No, it's a fair point. It's just I'm just having conversation because, like, do you trust them more than the Chargers? Yes, I trust Tom
Yeah,
Brady over Justin
I
Herbert.
kinda do.
Do I trust them over the Chiefs? I do now. Do I trust them over? Do I trust them over the Broncos? Here's the only reason I do trust them over the Broncos, but Broncos with Russell Wilson, like Russell Wilson's been there. He's been in that moment. Like I would give Russell Wilson at that point more than the Chargers and the Chiefs. He's been there and in that moment. Like I know Russell Wilson knows how to play.
Tell you what, I'll second that.
I'll say this.
Go ahead.
I'll say this about Miami. I don't think their defense is better than.
It's kind of
a lot.
Bucks 2 years ago.
Sort of. I mean, they were ascending later in the year, but then they fell off the last couple of weeks.
And is Josh Boyer anything special?
They were really good the year before too.
He's their defensive coordinator.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Josh
no.
Boyer.
So they're probably a pass rusher away, maybe.
Yeah.
But they're better in some areas that the Bucks were lacking. I mean, look at the cornerbacks.
Oh,
You
and
got
I didn't
Xavier
mention
Howard, Byron Jones.
Cedric Wilson's a good wide receiver.
Yeah, and Devontae Parker's probably getting
He could
shipped
play,
out.
bro. He could play.
Cedric Wilson can play. He
can
was
play.
handling his own in Dallas.
Yeah, he was.
Seriously.
Devontae Parker's either going to be a Chief, Packer, or Eagle probably in a week. And I'd probably lay wood on that. Pause.
Balls. I mean,
But I would say here, I would say this. I would say they're a top 3 team in the AFC. And I would say I'd give a slight edge to the Bills and Broncos, but that doesn't affect my thinking as far as how far the Dolphins would go. I think they'd be a Super Bowl contender, but I'd say the Broncos and the Bills are slightly better. But they would beat out the Chiefs here in this scenario.
For me, definitively better. The only if you had.
Oh
to me-
no, you think the Broncos would be better than the Dolphins if Brady was in the Dolphins?
Slightly.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Just more well-rounded roster.
I'm the opposite, but I think
Defense,
that the Dolphins
that defense is elite.
would be the scariest.
And the offense is going to be really good. They're going to be a really good offense. But that's why I said slight. It's just slight.
But at the end of the day,
Some of the parts.
it's Tom Brady, and to put him with those two wide
Imagine Brady
receivers,
throwing
dude,
in Tyreek Hill across the middle and him going 80 yards.
They'd be a Super Bowl contender right now.
That would
Immediately.
be insane because Brady can go down the field.
Yeah.
He could do that consistently.
And then-
he's never had that guy for a long period of time in his career besides Randy Moss and
And then,
them boys.
And then
But,
Chase Edmonds is a pass catching back. He did well
he was
last year
crushed.
with Kyler and the Cardinals. Like
Yeah.
Kyler had a lot of dump offs to him
But
when
what-
he's in trouble.
But Mike,
He's
what I'm
good
saying
when
is this.
utilized properly.
Correct.
But what I'm saying is this: he can methodically go down the field. If he's
Yes.
getting explosive plays for 80 yards or 70 yards, like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle could do, bro, you would be unstoppable.
I know.
Because think about it.
That offense will be scoring a
Because
lot of points.
You got to think about it like this.
A lot.
35, 40
You got to think
points a
about it like
game.
this, right? Say all the drives that he goes down the field, just say he has like 3-4 a game, that's 21 points. You have that one explosive play, right? But that drive, you could have went 3 and out almost. He could, because Tyreek Hill could take a 7-yard slant and go to the house, right?
Easily.
But some wide receivers get tackled there. You can also go 3 and out on that drive. You can potentially add seven points a game from explosive plays like that. So think about that. That's a major difference.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's-
And for like an opponent, for the opponent's side of the view, you're like, fuck, I got to go against Brady, and I have all this against me.
Good luck.
So think about that. Like that's just like the mental defeat too. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That would be crazy.
And it's funny. I feel like this even so. If you were to say, just say the Bills and the Broncos, okay, they're definitively better overall than the Dolphins. I guarantee you, if you ask an NFC opponent who would you rather play in the Super Bowl, they say those two before the Dolphins with Brady on there.
Agreed. As soon as he gets into the playoffs, look the fuck out. That's my thought process. What's going on here?
I don't know, man. I just think that like the explosive plays are just they're major, bro. Think about it, man.
They're game
Like
changers.
you can go 3 and out potentially, but this
momentum.
guy could go to the house, bro. This guy's a track star. Like he's piecing people the fuck out of here.
Drummond did last night too.
This guy is quick, man.
That was funny. But guys, real quick, I really do think, by the way, we're not gonna be able to get to Kyler probably today. But
We'll start off Thursday with him.
I think that we should cover Eagles before we go.
We can give him 5 minutes.
So I got a quick question for you though, as far as the Jimmy G thing, because obviously the Bucs would have to do something in that scenario. So this is again purely hypothetical. All right. But where would the Bucs rank if Jimmy G was quarterback of their team right now? Would they be a playoff team?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
probably,
They would
right?
win their division too because
Yeah.
the division's weak.
Yeah.
I told him he was old. No, the
Over the
division.
hill.
Well,
the division's
would they
weak.
be better than the Saints?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Would be close.
No way.
Hell no.
What? Who? Jameis?
Yeah.
Oh hell no.
It's the same level quarterback.
No way.
Jameis
Okay,
is better
what?
than Jimmy G.
What?
Yeah.
We might not talk Eagles tonight.
No
He's better.
way.
He's better.
Jameis Winston's better than Jimmy G.
Yes.
Come on, bro. What
He
are we
is.
talking about? That's
The
crazy. Dog.
disrespect.
That's wild, bro.
I do nothing but shit on
Of a
Jameis
fellow
Winston.
That is
Italian.
wild.
But I shit on Jimmy
a fellow
G more.
Italian,
That is
and you
wild,
are doing
bro.
that to
That's-
Jimmy G.
that's
Oh, look.
crazy.
No one wants him, right?
That's crazy.
They agree with me. That's okay. If you guys want to agree with each other, the league agrees with me.
I don't care about the league, bro.
One Super
What
Bowl,
I see is
2
yeah,
NFC
that doesn't make any
Championship
sense.
games, and one other dude throws for 30 and 30, steals crab legs, eats W's, fucking.
Nah,
We
I'm
don't
good.
know what would have happened with the Saints last year if he stayed healthy. They were winning games. That's all I'm going to say.
Here's the funny thing. I actually don't hate Jameis.
Because
Winston.
Jimmy
I think
G
he can play a little bit.
Jimmy G wins games, but it doesn't mean he's doing it at a high level. He's a good quarterback who can win you some games.
I would love to see if he just
That's
hit
all.
Emmanuel Sanders.
He's on one of the
numbers.
better franchises in the league. That's all.
We're gonna see because when Trey Lance takes the reins, he better come out firing.
I would say they're a playoff team though with Jimmy G.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're not. I would think that the Saints would probably win out there. I actually think the Saints would win the division. Bucs would be a wild card.
I didn't expect you to say that.
Really?
I really didn't. I'm dead serious. I didn't. You
You
actually
think
got me
Jameis
there.
Winston's really better than Jimmy G?
Yeah,
How?
it's statistically proven too.
I don't understand.
It is. Do I need to pull it up? It's going
No.
to waste a lot of time on the show. But
I mean, I don't really
I can
care. I'm just
guarantee you-
curious to see what you got to say.
We'll
yeah,
fight
I
tonight.
can
to win
guarantee
anyway.
you.
not?
He's got
Share
more.
with the
He's got
audience.
more arm talent. He's statistically better. And honestly, I mean, the only thing that Jimmy G does better is not turn the ball over. But is that even really like? Can I even really say that? The guy throws a lot of ducks too. It's just like timing. And we just saw what Jameis could do on a better team in a better offense that is catered to him. And he reduced his turnovers tremendously. Rob, I'm sorry. Listen. Remember, I'm supposed to be the rational one.
I know.
I think I am being pretty. I think you guys are smoking that Jimmy G shit. That's all it is.
Nah, bro.
I'm smoking, but not that crazy.
He's a good quarterback. But look,
Bro, he's
Look
better
what the
than
league
Jameis.
thinks of him.
Bro, Jameis is trash. He threw
Why,
30
though?
interceptions in a season.
But he's thrown for 30 plus too.
Yeah, I know, but like
Jimmy G can't
watch.
even. Jimmy G's like a walking. I lost my phrase I was gonna say, but he's limping to fucking 20.
But why? What makes you say that, bro?
He's
like,
a
if you
better
look-
quarterback, but he's been in better surround. Oh my God, let me reword this. Jameis is a better quarterback, but Jimmy's been in better surroundings. That's all it is. And Jimmy also is consistent.
Hell no. Tom Brady won a Super Bowl with the same exact team that
They did a
Jameis
lot-
Winston was booty on.
I understand that, but Jameis was also playing at a high level the year before too. Yes, he threw 30 interceptions, but he also threw 30 plus touchdowns too. I'm just saying, the guy needed to obviously change the way he played.
So
The
you don't
guy
think
did
Jimmy
that
G
this
could do
year,
that?
and he had 7 wins this year, or was it 6? I don't even remember. I don't have it in front of me, but he had 6 wins with the Saints.
Yeah, but you
he
don't
changed
think-
his style of play.
You don't think Jimmy G could throw 30 touchdowns with
No.
the Bucs offense?
No,
Why not?
I don't, because he already had that level of offense.
Yeah, but they're a pass-heavy team. I know because of Brady, but why can't they be the same thing with Jimmy G if they actually
you take
believe
away
in
the
him?
run game, which the Bucs, you could argue they had a decent one, but a lot of it is shoulder on Tom Brady. They lead the league in pass attempts.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Okay?
That's what I'm saying. You don't think he
But
could throw
you
30 touchdowns?
changed the offense. If Jimmy G doesn't have a run-first offense, Jimmy G gets exposed. Jimmy G can't be that guy that's going to throw 30 times a game. He can't do that. That's not who he is. He needs to be throwing 20 times a game, and it needs to be a run-heavy offense with simple throws across the middle. That's Jimmy G.
Bro.
He can't throw outside the numbers. He can't throw past 15 yards.
He can throw to
Jameis
the Super
could
Bowl
do that
and
stuff.
2 NFC Championship games.
Well, look, he's safe. He's safe. It's all timely stuff here. He doesn't make the fuck-up plays when it matters most, so there's the edge right there. That's it. Leadership, I'd give him an edge. What else? What else is he better at?
Winning.
Yeah.
I just said that, though. But that's a product of surroundings, too. Jameis just won 6-7 games this year, finally in a team where they taught him how to play quarterback properly, and they made it work around him. That's all. It wasn't even supposed to go this far, honestly.
Bro, I just go ahead.
You can never.
He
we're
can make
unpredictable.
more throws than Jimmy G can.
Yeah, to the other team.
That's also true.
Yeah. So what?
Prior to last year he had 3 or 4 interceptions.
In one game.
And for the season, he had literally 3 or 4, I think, maybe 5.
How many games did he play? 5 or 6?
He had 6 or 7 wins. I'm almost certain of this.
I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of the Winston. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Do I want either of them as my quarterback? No, I'm just simply saying.
I want somebody that's going to go in a hostile environment and go get me a W in the fucking playoffs, and that's what Jimmy G's done. I mean, yeah, he never won a
And
Super Bowl, but he's got
and
the
you know
experience.
what? When you guys
So
say
give me
that,
somebody like that all
when
day.
you say that, I wonder why he don't get a job. But then on the other hand, when I watch him play, I don't wonder that because he can't make the throws to be a starting quarterback. He's like decent. He's decent. He's a bottom 10 guy. Jameis is a bottom 10 guy too for that record.
But here's the thing: if he's so decent, then why ain't the 49ers going to cut him?
Guess you're gonna find out.
I don't think they're going to.
There's probably cap stuff
If he
involved
returns,
He's returning.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. If he returns to the 49ers, he will beat out Trey Lance to be the starting quarterback this year.
there. They're gonna have to make him beat him out if he returns.
Well, the cap
that's what's
hit, that's
happening
why.
there. If he returns, he's not coming as a backup.
They're in a messy situation too,
I'm with
actually.
you.
They've already moved on, guys. They made it pretty clear. They moved on. He's getting cut.
No way, dude.
They're going to hold out as long as possible to see what happens with the teams that need quarterbacks. There's only a few of them. And maybe he gets shipped out. It's more likely he gets cut.
Around June.
It would be cap related. It's more likely he gets cut at this point.
I know, but here's the thing.
I would like to see him get traded too. But there's no one that wants him.
So if they cut him now, they got to take the $25 million cap hit.
Something like that. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah.
I see you trolling. Paul's in the comments.
After, dude.
Listen, family, I'm just calling it how I see it.
Jameis Winston
I don't know,
is
man.
better than Jimmy G.
I mean,
I'm
besides
legitimately
winning, there's
floored.
really
That's one
like-
of the wildest takes
like-
you've ever said to me.
it's not, though. Statistically, it's really not even close. It's just that you're going to say wins because you guys favor QB wins, and I'm more of it's a team game guy.
All right.
So the Saints are the first team that catered the offense around Jameis Winston's strengths, and they minimized the mistakes last year. They were winning games. If he was healthy for 2 more games even, they would have been a playoff team. They missed by a tiebreaker.
The
Eagles missed the playoffs.
I do think Jameis is a capable quarterback.
And I'm not saying I like him either. I'm just saying I like him more than Jimmy G.
I would trust Jimmy G more than Jameis Winston.
That's again, yeah. I said trust. I agree there too. I said trust.
That's why I would take him.
I just simply said that Jameis is better. He's a better quarterback.
But I disagree with that too.
Jimmy's a more trustworthy quarterback. There's a difference between the two. There really is. There's a real difference, though. There's a difference. There is. Nobody wants him, guys.
Here's the thing. I'm
actually surprised by that.
I don't know why.
I thought someone would overpay for this guy.
I think
it was Washington. As soon as they got Wentz, it was over. Washington was Jimmy G's team.
That's
where he was going. You said it too, right?
I think so many people
you and I both said it.
So many people traded for like elite talent that I feel like the teams now that are left over aren't trading for like middle of the pack guys.
I mean, yeah.
Well, the price
I'm not paying $25 million for Jimmy G. I'd rather get him when they cut him.
I don't think they're going to cut him.
They're going to have to. There's no way he restructures. I guarantee you that. And there's no way that they hand this job back to him.
I know we're not
after what just transpired.
I know we're not going to go into it. I'm just saying. I can't believe they're going to cut a guy and play a guy that played 1 game in the last.
Bro, he went to 2 championship games and a Super Bowl appearance. I don't understand.
But the 49ers don't believe in him either. That's the thing.
I don't know. They're dumb.
He's in the building.
They're dumb.
And they don't believe in him either.
Bad stuff.
There's something to it, guys. It's because he's
it's ego.
He's
because
an
Kyle
average
Shanahan
quarterback.
Kyle Shanahan
below to average quarterback.
I think it's ego, and I think Kyle Shanahan isn't showing humility and accepting that he lost both of those games. He lost them.
I mean, you could argue that, but Jimmy G did too. Jimmy G did too, guys. He did.
Jimmy G went and beat the Packers.
Yeah, but
he got to the Super Bowl.
Beat Dallas.
What about the missed throw in the Super Bowl?
And it happens. What about
which one? Yeah. I don't have to say which.
Okay, who was the offensive coordinator that blew a 28-3 lead?
I get that.
He shouldn't have even been a head coach at that point.
I'm not saying he's absolved of it.
So you don't trust.
But he doesn't do enough to elevate my team. He just doesn't.
So Kyle Shanahan can't win.
He keeps the train on the tracks.
That'll work.
He's the best at that.
That'll work. So Kyle Shanahan can't win with Matt Ryan or Jimmy G, but he's going to win with somebody from a Division II school that hasn't played more than 1 game in going on 3 years. Interesting stuff.
It is interesting. Almost as interesting as the 2 people that are going to sit here and tell me that Jimmy G's not getting traded because of the surgery to his non-throwing shoulder. Listen, guys, I love you both. There is no way that has anything to do with him not getting traded right now. There were better options on the market, and they were all taken, and now there's 3 teams that may or may not want a rookie instead or a Baker Mayfield instead. That's all it is. The market didn't work in his favor.
That. Yeah, the market screwed up.
There were better options out there.
Okay, but who is their better
and
option?
Baker Mayfield is a better option right now. So I would take Baker Mayfield over Jimmy G.
But are you going to pay the price tag?
I already told you this.
No,
Why are you surprised? I said this fucking
But are you
going to
pay the price tag?
For who? For what?
For Baker.
What price tag?
What do you mean?
I don't even know what they're asking.
I don't understand. If you're gonna bring in Baker, then what are you gonna do with Jimmy G? And what are you gonna give up to get Baker? Is it worth it?
I wouldn't touch Baker.
You think it's that worth
there's
it?
no
I'll take Jimmy
established-
G. I don't care if fucking with anybody
There's no
says.
established price tag with either of them. And
Bro,
neither
I
of
don't
them
know
have
what
been
you're
moved
talking-
yet. I'm
Here's
just
the
saying
thing.
I'd
Hold
rather
on.
have Baker than
Real
Jimmy
fast.
G. I'd rather give him a shot.
The biggest issue right now with Baker and Jimmy G is teams know that they have to get cut. Like, you're not just going to give up a pick. They know that they have to get cut.
Their hands are forced. If they don't lower their compensation requirements, they're not going to be tradable. They're going to be cut. And also, for the record, Baker costs less than Jimmy G right now.
Baker's what, 18 and Jimmy G is 25?
Monetarily, yes. Something like that.
It's just the way the market shaped up. That's all.
The market didn't work out for either of them, really.
Yeah, it sucks, but
they both mismanaged it. But I'd rather have Baker too.
I don't know, man.
Even Baker
I want
can
some
do
guy
more.
who's been proven. The guy that can go in the hostile environment and get it done.
I love hearing it.
I already told you how I feel about Baker. We sat here and shat
Fuck
on
Baker.
him.
I don't care about
we
Baker.
shat on
I'm
him
talking
all
about-
year
I'm talking
long.
about Jimmy G.
we ain't got to do all that. Slow your roll. Love you.
All right, guys. Let's do a quick Eagles thing because we're already over time. We might as well fucking finish out to 9:30, right? Okay. Philly Phil's not here to desperately need to take a shit at 9:20. So
Yeah.
we're good. And I hope he's out there listening. Oh, shit. All right. Guys, the Philadelphia Eagles added a linebacker. What? A linebacker.
Kyzir.
I think it's actually pronounced Kyzir, by the way.
Oh, excuse me.
I know.
Kyzir.
We gonna learn.
Kyzir White.
We gonna learn. Okay, the Eagles signed linebacker Kyzir White, 26 years old. 1-year deal, $5 million. All right, here's the stats. 144 combined tackles. That's 7th in the NFL. He was top 5 in tackles on run plays with 62. He had a sack. He had 2 picks, 2 forced fumbles. All right, former 4th-round pick. He's from Plainfield, New Jersey, played for Emmaus High School. All right, PFF ranked him 20th best linebacker this past season out of 87. All right?
Yeah, I like the move a lot.
Grade the signing. And do you think he is legit? Like, here's the thing. They always get these 1-year guys who have had decent stats elsewhere. Is he legit? Grade the signing, and is he legit?
This is easy. I give it an A because you only paid the guy $5 million, and he had 144 tackles, and he played all 16 games last year, or 17 games. So my thing is he's got health, he produces on the field, and you got him for cheap. So my thing is it's an A, and you fill a position of need, and so for me it's a home run. Like, I don't understand.
And it can't be any worse than what we've had.
Yeah, that's my point.
So, but I'm gonna give it a B because they need to get Bobby Wagner. And that would be
and you know what's going to happen?
I know.
That's why I give it an A, because
they're not
you
going to
got
get. You don't want to go there.
I know. He's going to go to the Rams because they just have infinite money.
Rams or Ravens at this point, a team that he thinks can win.
But I give it an A because
It is a supreme upgrade
for Bobby Wagner. You got to fork up the bag.
Yeah.
Where this guy, I can pay them $5 million, maybe half his cost, and get 144 tackle production possibly.
Well, Bobby Wagner wants 1
With
year, 11
no
million.
ties.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
So would I. That's what he said. He asked.
But besides the
Ravens.
point, he's not coming here. That's the whole point. He was never going to come here.
I'm fine with White. I think he's good.
I'll give it an A-. Position of need. I actually do think he could play. I was watching a little bit because I needed to see for myself whether or not I think he could play. I think that he's definitely a tackler. Pretty obvious, right? The stats say it, but he's a sound tackler. He's pretty good moving laterally from what I saw. And he converted safety, guys. Converted safety, so I actually, he's not that bad in pass coverage either. In comparison to most linebackers, he's going to be better than most in coverage. He's got the speed, and he's a converted safety. So I think that's the kind of guy that fits Jonathan Gannon's defense pretty well. The versatility, being able to line up in different places, do different things. So I kind of like it. And I don't think he's going to flop. I mean, because we've seen these 1-year deals. We had Eric Wilson. We had the other Charger guy who I already forget his name, and I liked him. Last year, he retired. Remember that?
Yep.
Forget his fucking name right now. It's not at the top of my head. There's just been so many 1-year guys that didn't pan out for this team. And I think this is a good one. And then guess what? If it works out, you sign him long term.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You only paid him $5 million. I mean, if the guy has 144 tackles, I mean, divide that by what, 17? That's that's
massive.
Really good average.
It's a difference maker.
I mean,
absolutely.
And here's the thing,
he's around the ball.
What sealed it for me was Chargers fans were livid that they let him go at that price tag, and you can't bring him back. The Chargers fans that I saw all over Twitter were livid over this.
I mean, I would be too. I don't understand why they wouldn't do it.
So I mean, they would know better. They've seen more of him than any of us have. I liked what I saw. I didn't see enough either, though. Is this enough for the Eagles linebacker room? And do you think that they're done there?
Probably. They'll probably go in the draft.
They're done till the draft.
Yeah.
Because I think the reason why I could potentially bump this letter grade down is I think that they might think they're done. I think they like Davian Taylor.
I hope not.
And he showed some signs, but I need to see more from him. This is a 3rd-round pick who they clearly reached for. And then you got Edwards. He's got his moments. TJ Edwards.
It's an upgrade no matter how you slice it, to be honest.
It just feels to me like they're probably not going to do much with this room, and they might get a 5th or 6th round pick, and then that's why I would bump it down, because I think they really need to stop ignoring this position. I mean, look at what the Bucks did 2 years ago at this point. Their linebackers, you could argue, won that Super Bowl. I mean, there's a lot of arguments you could make, but those linebackers were clearly showcased in that Super Bowl. So you got to do something at some point, guys. This is crazy.
I know. We have a very uncharacteristic, quiet offseason. It's sad because I feel like what is happening to Jalen Hurts is exactly. I tweeted this earlier. What Howie Roseman's doing right now to Jalen Hurts is exactly what he did to Carson Wentz. He's not putting pieces around him to be successful. The Dolphins put Tyreek Hill around Tua. They have Jalen Waddle. I mean, like Devontae Smith.
The Chargers kept Mike
Williams. The positions where we want to see them upgrade, I think that there's a chance that they draft there. That's why. And I think that they want to leave the slot open for these guys to start. That's the rumor going around.
And
that's not how I would play it. I'd go out and I'd upgrade where I can.
Tyler Lockett.
I also don't think they're going to use all 3 first-rounders. And I've said this before. I think that they're going to wind up trading one, and they'll save it for next year. So they have insurance in case they need a quarterback, and they can move one of those first for the Alabama kid.
And it would be good, for next year's draft. Then
I think that they'll probably use 2 first. They might only use 1 for that matter. I think they'll use 2 though.
And the thing is,
they'll trade one away.
Yeah. I would like to get Landry because I feel like he would really help Jalen Hurts underneath. But the dude wants fucking $20 million a season.
Yeah,
he's not worth that.
Joke. That's a joke and a half.
That's crazy. No, he's not going to get that.
Christian Kirk got 21.
Yeah.
What makes him more valuable than that?
It's not that he's more valuable. He's dumb. I mean, the Jags are just they're dumb. I know why his numbers there.
Like, listen,
look around the league.
100%.
Of course, Christian Kirk got overpaid. He's younger though, and he's still not done growing as a receiver. Like, honestly, you could make the case right now. I'd rather have him than Landry. What's the difference, really?
I mean, bro,
Landry's a short route runner, great chain move. I'm just saying, like, money aside, Christian Kirk, you could argue, is just as good, if not better, than Jarvis Landry. So money aside, but I'm just saying, like, if he's gonna, I see what you mean. If he's going out there and he's getting 20 mil, Jarvis Landry has every right to ask for that, but he's fucking shot. He's shot out.
Well, I just think that's part of negotiation.
It's not so iconic.
I think that's part of negotiation. So good for him. I mean,
he's not going to.
Because I think he can get probably 3 years, $40 million.
Jarvis?
Yeah. Look at the league, bro.
There's no way. He'll get a 1-year deal at best.
I'm just saying, if
1 year,
the
maybe
numbers were
12, 13 mil. It depends on the team. I can see him going back. I can see him going back to Cleveland.
Maybe.
Crazy.
I don't know. I don't think maybe a 1-year deal, but I'm just saying
that's the best for him too. Because if he wants to increase his value, he goes somewhere where he could produce, like a Cleveland now, and then he bumps up his number when he goes back into free agency and he gets that long-term deal like that. Because right now, I can guarantee you, there's no way he's getting past a 1-year deal.
Who?
Jarvis. There's no way.
Well, not now. I mean, it's kind of a little beyond the shadows of the free agency, even though it's in the midst of free agency, because it is a long all season. But still, at the same time, it's like.
We didn't even hit the draft yet.
Yeah, like I could see
all that shit happen.
And by the way,
he's getting a 1-year deal, maybe a 2-year deal with the option, player option, whatever. But who knows?
And by the way, like before we close out, what's interesting here is like this day right here. Today was the start of the owners' meetings in the NFL. Okay. Usually, this is the day you're fucking looking forward to in the offseason because this is when the trades start happening. Traditionally, the trades start happening today. This is when all the owners, the coaches, they all meet up and they shoot the shit. GMs, they're all there. So this is usually the day when you see trade activity. What we saw this year shifted the entire landscape. Everything's going to change going forward.
Yeah. I like it, though.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Unprecedented. Like, you don't see trades like this ever, really. Let alone this many. You might see 1 or 2 of these in a couple years. It doesn't ever happen this way. The whole NFL landscape changed this year. So
I love it though.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Guys, that was a lot of fun. We have to save Kyler for next show, and I don't think anybody here minds too much.
No.
Because he could be moved by then. Like,
for real. It's crazy that sounds. It's true.
If the Panthers do go out and make that kind of an offer, but we'll see. We're not going to talk about it right now. So look forward to that on Thursday. We'll have some more. We got some. NBA is almost done, guys. It's almost playoff time.
It's going to be fun playoffs.
I know.
So
we got the Lakers too.
We got a lot coming up. The NFL never sleeps. I heard Nick say the Lakers. That's funny.
Yeah,
obviously,
it's funny as hell. I love
it. Nick was being sarcastic, in case people don't know that. And Nick, I agree with you too. Haha, they are a joke right now.
Right.
They're a joke.
Okay.
I'm trying to get Mike going before we get out of here.
Show.
All right, we're gonna get out of here now. All right. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody. As usual, As always, great comments. And that being said, yeah, next show, Thursday, 8 p.m. That's March 31st, 8 p.m. All right? Episode 68 of Psychotic and Iconic Sports Podcast tonight was brought to you by Prize Picks, your home for daily fantasy sports. New users who sign up for Prize Picks today using the promo code ICONIC will receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. What the hell? Did you see that?
Regular.
That's whacked.
I want some plant-based tenders right now.
I don't know what the hell just happened there. So I don't know if we're on camera, but I hear. Anyway, yeah. I hope you were checking us out at the Props Network tonight. As usual, we're live there every show at propshq.com. Be sure to go there and subscribe. Other than that, family, I'm passing it off to Nick Theories. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We are also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, and Stitcher, and all that other shit. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok, and we will see you guys Thursday at P&I.